Good afternoon and welcome back to 2K Compliant. It's a cold, rainy day in October, Western New York. Nothing better to do today than watch it rain or take a look at some items I have here as part of October Oddities. And we're going to switch to the bench. Actually, let's not go to the bench. Let's go to a camo cam that I just set up using this camo app, which is really cool. Actually, let's just go to camo cam. This is my iPhone connected here. Got it on a stand. As you can see right here on the bench, this is a better view than the top-down bench cam. So we're going to go here real quick. As you can see, I've got some gadgets here, some oddities, some old items. These really cool old slot machines. I'm guessing 1980s, somewhere around there. Got a couple of these old Kodak disc cameras that I found. And then this little cool thing. This was at my father-in-law's house when we moved them out of their house that my wife grew up in. And this was up in the garage and boxes of all kinds of stuff that he he collected. This is a Golf Cruise Master PowerCrest 60. It's a transistor radio, AM, and we'll take a closer look at that in a second here. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go back to the go down to the bench here, and we're gonna move some things. Let's see, what are we gonna look at first? Let's just look at these cameras real quick because there's not a lot you can do with these anymore. So Kodak. From Rochester, New York, which is about an hour from here, made these disc cams, I think in the late 70s, early 80s. Very short-lived technology. They used a disc to store the images on. I think I got this thing in wrong, but here's the here's one of the discs. As you can see, I've actually probably overextended this. Oh, I've exposed the disc, I think, with this. Let's close that down. So they thought, oh, let's make this little mini format. There's a whole story to this about how the camera division made the camera, then they developed the format later. It did not take off, and I don't know why this is not sitting in here well, but it's an interesting concept. I think it only lasted a few years. This is the Disc 8000. I believe this was the top of the line. I just found this week at Savers. And it actually included the disc. This one I found a couple years ago. Did not have, these are a pain. It's probably partly why they did not last. This one did not have a disc in it. But these are only $1 or $2 a piece. And I thought, what a cool thing from our neighbor to the east. So I think LGR just put out a video for a printer. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't this. That was the Mavica, which I do have. If you give me a second here, I'm getting my videos confused, but well, we'll include this on this stream. This is a Sony Mavica camera that used floppy disks. I don't have anything in here. I have yet to test this thing out to see whether or not it actually works, because it actually takes one of their lithium ion camcorder batteries, which I know I have somewhere. I have some camcorders laying around here with those same batteries, so I probably have a charger for this. One of these days I'm going to charge it up and test this out. But LGR just did a video for a printer, a standalone printer that actually accepted the floppy disks. Pretty cool video. It actually did some really nice prints from he has several of these cameras, I believe. This is not one of the better ones. It's an FD88. I forget which one he demonstrated. It had a higher resolution. This is only 1.3 megapixels, so it's not the greatest quality, but a cool camera nonetheless. So apparently, I believe at one time these were 40% of the market for portable cameras, interestingly enough. So, but that's the that's my odd camera collection here for standalone cameras. So let's go to the Cruise Master next. I'm gonna just pull this apart and you can kind of see what's going on here. It takes, and this does work, it takes 9-volt batteries. Before we do that, let's open this up. For any of you who don't know what a transistor radio is, I believe this was made during the 1960s. So, but you can see on here, if we've got some better light, you can see there's transistors in there. There's the antenna, the tuner, control here, transformers for the output to power the tiny little speaker in there. So pretty cool little gadget. So I've got a 9-volt battery here. Let's pop this in. And give it a whirl. Let's see if we can get this in there. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I did it backwards. So let's see. So it turns on.
Georgia's study has revealed that self-control, and the lack of it, is contagious. Researchers found that watching or even thinking about someone with good self-control makes others more likely to exert discipline.
Okay. Let's see if there's any music.
And I think they did a great job with their branding. I have no problem calling themselves the unofficial champions the year they went undefeated. Go ahead and do that again. College football is all recruited. There's so many things in college football that might make...
There we go. Okay.
From not going to the World Series. I just simply don't know what else to tell you. Actually, let me tell you this. Here's a little inside baseball for you. This, if he's going to get thrown at, and he might have gotten thrown.
So let's switch
it would
to...
not have been in this series. Dusty Baker would have had a meeting after the game with the whole
this is
team.
a little bit better camera. So
we saw that. Remember that for next year. And then we get thrown at.
So let's turn that off. So there it is, the Golf Gasoline PowerCrest 60 Cruise Master. This is basically a battery. If nobody's ever seen a car battery or 12-volt battery that you'd have in a car. But these are pretty cool. I'd forgotten that I found this. I dug it out of a box this week, and I'm going to take the battery out of it because I don't want to have batteries explode or whatnot. So, but I looked these up, and these actually can fetch upwards of $50 to $75 in the last few years. And the ones I saw actually were missing either both or one or both of these covers. This one's complete. Decals are in really good shape, so it makes a pretty cool display item. So, all right. And then these are, and we'll stay on this camera because top down with these doesn't work very well to try to demonstrate these. These are awesome. Now let's get that one out of there. So we've got these two slot machines. They are made by Rec Zone LLC. They take two AA batteries. If you can, yep, there you go. Two AA batteries, and the cool thing is they're actually a bank, but they work just like a real slot machine. These were fun. I remember these from when I was a kid. I don't know if I had cousins who had one of these, and these were fun to play with at Christmas or birthday parties or whatever. So, but you put your penny in, and you can have some fun playing slots. Oh, we're getting close. This is pretty cool. I don't want to miss the payoff here if we get the jackpot, because this light will light up and there is music or dings and that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can do this before I run out of pennies. Although it doesn't matter. You don't actually have to have the pennies in there. But it does spit the pennies out when you win the jackpot. There we go. Ding. Pretty cool. I think it spit out. Sometimes it doesn't spit them all out. It keeps them just like a casino would. So, but this one-arm bandit works the same way. These are so fun. Let's see. Let's see if we can win on this one. There we go. And we have another winner. Beautiful. Cool. So what we're going to do is I have this other one. This is a no-name, as you can see. Oh, this is better light. If I hold it here, you can see that these are actual Rec Zone branded. But this one I found at Goodwill. It has a broken arm here. It still works. It's clunkier than the other ones. Those are some nice. They work nicely. They're a little bit better built, I would imagine. So, what we're going to do with this one is I'm going to tear into this one, and we can see the insides. Let's go back to the bench here. So I was trying to figure out how to get into this box, and they're both essentially built the same, and I couldn't. I'm like, maybe it snaps together, and I was prying and nothing was happening. And then I thought, well, let me feel around here, and if you probably can't see it, but I noticed when I was feeling around, I thought they probably hid screws behind the stickers. So if you feel around there, you can see the dimple there. So there's a screw hole there. So I'm going to carefully just cut the decal. And like I said, this is a cheap one. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't actually go with my Rec Zone collection, if you will, because it's more than one. So, but we're gonna cut a little slit here so I can fit a screwdriver in here, and I'm going to assume these are Phillips. So, yep, and we're going to loosen the screws. I'm just looking over at the chat. And there's nobody in the chat. I assume I don't have anybody watching, which is all the better. So, let's see. And that comes out. There we go. All right, and it doesn't look too bad. Like I said, don't care. So, we might have to dig a little bit further into here. So, there you can see the numbers in the watermelon and the bars. But, yeah, this thing is so clunky. I wonder if we can get into this further. Let's switch cameras here. Back to the camo cam. There we go. You know what? Let me turn on another light. That's not a great light over there. So let's see. Wait, I see another screw here. There's got to be a way that we can see. See, this one doesn't roll as nicely. Yeah, this will be a winner, but I don't have batteries. I don't think I have batteries in this. No, no batteries. So 3 bars would have been a winner. So, but as you can see with the good ones back here, yeah, they roll nicely. This one, yeah, it just snaps all at once. It's clunky. I think that might have been another winner. 7/7 bar, possibly. I don't remember exactly. But let's see. Let's see if we can get this plate and this cover off the front here. I don't want to snap the plastics, but maybe I will end up tearing it apart. There's a spring here. What does that do? There's that screw. Let's see. Let's actually take the arm off then. Get a little bit bigger screwdriver. There we go. That's the arm. I'm not going to be able to activate it. I don't see. I bet this snaps in from here. Let's take the coin. Oh, the battery. The battery compartment is loose now. Oh, that screw was for the battery compartment. Let's see. This is loosening up. I wonder if this is a... Let's see. Oh, there we go. I see what it is. There's two hinges there. Let's go back to the bench. Let's get a little closer here. There were 2 pieces here that were holding the whole... There we go. Beautiful. Actually, I can put that arm back on. It's really attached by the wires to... Let's see. Oh, that's not cool. That's like held in there with... I'd have to break that off in order to pull that away. Same here. Interesting. Or maybe it's glued. Could be a little bit of glue. So, boy, they're hiding everything. So let's put this back on so we can make it go. So I think there's a spring there. There's a spring here. So the lever pulls a gear here. Oh, this is interesting. This thing spins freely. I don't know what that would be for. Well, there's a tab here. Bet we could pop that. So there's wires here that go up to the light. Oh, there's our little piezo speaker for the sound. You know what I'm going to do? So I think there's another screw here. So let's get into here. Cut that. Let's see if we can get this light out. And see what we've got two wires running up there. Oh, and there's another one up top. There we go. Alright, so on the light, I believe this pops out. Oh, you know what it does on the others, so you can actually change the light bulb. I don't want to break the yeah, there we go. So see, there's actually it's just a little LED. But you can't really, it's not like you can pop that light in and out, but I'm guessing that's just how they put the light cover on there, the dome. So if we take, there's two more screws here holding the LED light in, and I'm wondering if there's gotta be some sort of circuitry here. There's got to be something that plays the sound when the right combination is achieved. There we go. And now the speaker. Let's pull the speaker out of here as well. Okay, case is off. Let's take a look at what we have here. Well, I don't see anything here other than a PCB that just routes the signal to the speaker, to the LED, unless there's something underneath there. But let me get my magnifiers on. Looks like there's just some resistors here. Actually, capacitive has two resistors. You got R1, R2, and then there's C2, C1. Actually, so it looks like there's some corrosion on this. Probably oxidation from some moisture. Actually, C1 is gone, and that probably, yeah, this capacitor is gone. So I'm guessing this is probably not going to function properly even if I put batteries in, or we're not going to hear anything. So, but that corrosion on these leads here for the LED tells me that something happened to this capacitor possibly, because it is gone. So let's see if we can see. Yeah, there's a mechanism that snaps in. I know the light's not the greatest, but see, these are the stops, and there's a piece that comes flying in and stops them from moving. Let's see. And it's still locked. There we go. Yeah, so there we can line ourselves up a winner right there. So in here, there must be something that when these wheels line up, it must activate a switch. And we do have a switch here. Yeah, this activates the switch, which probably completes the circuit to the speaker and to activate the LED. And this is our battery compartment. So that's our 3 volts. We got two AA's, so I think we're getting 3 volts in here. 3 volts goes all the way up. Yeah, everything goes in here. These 2 yellow wires go here to the contactor that completes the circuit when this mechanism activates. Probably, obviously, based on your winning combination. But mechanically, let's see, we are still not connected. Oh, that's got a lot of force. It wants to pop this thing out. Oh, because these are pretty loose. Let's see, that would not be a winner yet. Oh, wait, this thing did just move forward to... Oh, we snapped out. I bet it... Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, this wants to pop this thing out. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it keeps wanting to pop this out. So somehow... Oh, this bar. This bar popped out. So let's push that back through there. Now we're not going to pop out. And still not touching. There we go. It doesn't stay closed. Yeah, I don't think one way or another we're going to get anything out of this, because actually, just looking at this... Oh, this is the battery cover. There we go, that would complete. Let's put some batteries in here. And... Oh! Alright. So we're not going to be able to keep this closed very well. That should complete the circuit. Oh! It does work without that capacitor. That's odd. So, as you can see, it's momentary. So it's like a timed. There's got to be something underneath here that when it gets that 3 volts, when it gets the 3 volts, it activates a circuit to play the sound and flash the light. And I'm not sure how. I mean, it's definite that that capacitor is gone, I think. Let me take another look at that. Unless, no, it's not on the other side. But you can see here, if I'm close enough. So we have C2 is here. C1 is missing. But what does C1... I wonder what C1 is for, because it's definitely not there. Unless it's just not even necessary. Because, you know, when you have R1, R2, these are resistors. And then you have C1, C2. The C is for capacitor. So, we have our voltage. I believe, yeah, we've got our 3 volts coming in. Positive, negative. And our negative goes around to C2. Positive hits R1, which comes over here. I don't want to peel that off, but I'm thinking there's something underneath here. And of course, you can't see through the PCB. So the single-sided board, I'm guessing. So yeah, that's a mystery. Unless there isn't any reason for a capacitor to be there, and there never was one, but I gotta believe there was one. But it's still working. So it's momentary contact that activates some sort of logic here to play a sound effect and flash the light. So, and it's there's a series of gears, and unless I just completely tear this apart, you can see that when the right combination comes along, that would have been a winner. But the batteries aren't connected. That snaps this, gives us momentary contact, and runs the 3 volts through the circuit. So, for the lights and the sound. All right, well, I think that's about as in-depth as I'm going to go on these things. But pretty cool. So, oh, I almost forgot this. This is a product of the 1980s when everybody was cashing in on the Transformers craze. And it's also a slot machine. Like, why would anyone want to play with a slot machine that turned into a robot? I don't know. Stranger things. But there's his arms. I'm being very careful because old plastics can be very, very finicky. I don't want to use anything metal on this. There we go. Come on. Yep, you get the idea. But yeah, then this pops open and we have a robot slot machine, and it just spins. There's nothing more than a single spinning drum in here. Oh, which gets stuck. 3 lemons. There we go. Which is par for the course for today. A rainy Saturday in October. And actually, let's see what it's doing outside. I put a webcam upstairs, looking out the window. And yep, it's still gray and pukey out there today. So this is out the backyard. There's a slight breeze, in case anyone was interested. I think it's supposed to be in the mid-40s today in Western New York. So, but dreary and rainy. So, edge and face. There we go. So, I think that'll about do it for today's live stream. And as you can see from the carnage, we had our slot machines from Rec Zone, the Transformer slot machine, the Cruise Master PowerCrest 60 transistor radio, and some old junky disc cameras, and a Sony Mavica, which I'm eventually going to find a charger for as I continue to search through boxes and find old crap that I said someday I'll want to look at this 25 years ago. So, all right. So I thank you for joining me today on a quick live stream for a rainy October day in Western New York. And hashtag October Oddities. There's a few other videos. One channel in particular is Vintage Geek. He just had a video today. They posted for the foot mouse, which is an odd thing. One of the oddest computer peripherals I've ever heard of. So, but that was an interesting video. So, hope you enjoyed it. Today's live stream. And if you like what you saw, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And we'll see you soon. But we'll do another live stream in a week or so. Halloween's coming up. Maybe find some scary or scarier oddities as I dig through boxes of stuff here, or I'm out in the thrift stores, Goodwill, Savers, Amvets, and some other places locally for me here. I'm always on the lookout for cheap, odd electronic gadgets. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see you soon.